Hi, this is the instructions on how to lay the MGO bottom plate as well as the U channels and mark the uh, where you're going to drill the expansion bolts. So this is the layout that I sent to you that you actually use to lay this drain. So assuming that you did follow this, and so I'm going to use that as the start. So this is the slab where you actually lay the drains. And from here, as we could see, we can follow all of this and start laying the where this MGO plates would go. The first thing is you could see from the center of the first drain to the edge is 400. So let me start with that. So from the center to the edge 400. So there it is. And then so I could mark it on the other side also 400. Now using that, I could lay using my chalk line all the way to the edge of the slab. And then from here, from the edge of the slab, you actually mark this 60 mm. And knowing this is 60 mm, and then I'm going to use a protractor from that point to make sure that I have a 90 degree. Once I have that 90 degree, I can now create my guide. And just to clean up, there it is. So those are my two guides. Once I have those, then I could lay the others that, or actually start laying the MGO board. But I think it is best that we start laying all the dimensions. We know that the MGO board is be a 100 mm, that's a thickness. And then basing on this, from that MGO board, this edge here, to the next MGO board is 550. I mean 1070 mm. There it is. So I'm going to measure that from there 1070 and 70. So I get that guide. And then the width of the MGO plate is 100. So that's 100. And then going back here again, the next one is 1120 from edge to edge. So I will do 1120, 1120. There it is. And then another 100 is the MGO plate. And looking at this again, that's another 1120 and then 1070 again. So 1120 and then 100, that's the width, and then 1020, 1020 mm. So we can draw the chalk line as a reference. Now I could lay the MGO plates. So you have the full size 2440 by, make sure that we get the right, there it is. So I'm just going to remove this again, make sure that there's no cluttering. So the first one is lay the full size. We'll select this and I'm going to grab it and bring it to the slab, and where our first reference is there. Make sure that we're putting it right there, okay? And then lay the next one, grab the next one, full size plate, and then lay it on the edge there. And then we're going to bring in this. You will be cutting, you'll be cutting these portions here because they come in as 1220 mm. So this portion is half of it, or let me show you the dimensions. 1220. So you just cut the whole piece into two. And then I'm going to undo the dimensions so I could bring this, select this portion, and then bring it to this slab. And I'm just going to bring it here first because I need to turn this into that 90-degree, up 90-degree, and then move this to the correct position right there. Okay, and then I'm just going to use this to copy it to the rest of them so I don't have to turn it again. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this and lay it on where we mark the guide. Do the same thing. I'm going to lay it here, and next we're laying it there, next, and make sure that we have, oh, we made a mistake there. So I'm just going to move it to where it's supposed to be, and then the last plate here is there. Oh, that's not right. Let's see, what is the dimension there, because that should be right there. So let me undo this, undo copy. Let's look at this. That should be 1070. What did I measure here? Must be incorrect measure. That's only 1020. It should be 1070. 1070. So I'm going to delete this and then mark where the 1070 is. That's the guide. Now we can lay this, select that, and I'm just going to copy this and bring it there. And if we do it correctly, you could see it should line up. Okay, that should line up there. And then the last step is to actually bring in the smaller pieces. We'll start with this. This is the 300, 305. You need to make sure that you're going to cut all of this. So I'm going to pause this first and then I will continue later. But that's how we lay the first bottom plates without laying this. Okay, I'm now going to pause this.